Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So since I first ever got involved with LUNC, as many of you know, if you've been here from the very beginning, you will know my first video started with Binance burns and this whole sort of hidden motive and these coins that were going through a very strange pattern of going around a cycle and then terminating some coins to the burn wallet throughout that. And it was a weird situation to say the least. Many doubted me. Many said I was just making it all up. None of it added up. But eventually we got to the point where Binance came out publicly and they said, hey, we're burning and we're going to continue burning. They explained how they're going to burn. And what I honestly believe is this was easier for them than going the secret route of trying to burn through the supply, so to speak, and them getting something out of it, getting the support that they're owed, that they're due for doing a thing like this. Because off the bat, they don't burn any other coins apart from BNB. They do their occasional BNB burns, but LUNC is the only other asset that they're burning. And it doesn't make any sense. And it starts to make more sense when you look at it from the beginning perspective of someone who watched my videos from the very beginning of CM doing these secretive burns to then come out and go public. There's definitely a lot more to it. And the more chaos there's been in the LUNC community, the more dramas, the more things that have happened that are quite negative. We've never seen Binance kick up a fuss aside from the re-minting. That was the only thing that annoyed them. So the only thing that annoyed them was us making their burn smaller, okay? We corrected that and we've never had any other issues. And you would think to yourself, we would have all of these other issues. So today's the day, like I said, Binance have burned today and they burned just over 2 billion. It's like 2.1 billion if you round it up. Like I said, no other blockchain, no other coin is getting this kind of service from Binance. So for me, the burns have always been up and down. Some people expect them to be higher, some people expect them to be lower sometimes. But what I found with these, they're simply hit and miss. Some are sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller. So let's bring up one of the LUNC metrics burn trackers so we can get an overlook of all of the different burns. By the way, we are working on bringing back LUNC Dash, so keep an eye out for that one. I'm tired of using loads of different sites to get different information. I just want the all-in-one site back for myself, but the community more importantly. So as you can see, last month they burnt 5.5 billion LUNC. This was a considerable amount. This is one of the biggest burns we've seen from them. Previously it was 3.9. Just before that it was below 1 billion. Before that 1 billion again. Just before that just under 1.5 billion, and then 2.6 billion after that. 1 billion after that. So you can see what I'm saying when I say it varies, and it's all down to the trading over there and the amount of people that are moving coins, because this all comes from spot fees and margin fees, 100% of it, so to speak. This is really good. It's good. We've moved into 2024. We've secured the Binance burns. It looks like they're going to continue burning, and I really don't see a reason for them to stop burning, if that makes sense. For me, we've burnt for a substantial amount. We're very early coin. We're still trying to get into the groove, so to speak. And there's not a lot of attention on burning apart from Binance. And that's what makes the story somewhat a tinfoil hat situation. If you really got to have a tinfoil hat to get into this kind of stuff, because people like LUNC were laughing at me saying, yeah, Binance are never going to burn. Oh, guess what, sucker? They burned. Joke's on you. And they're still burning now. They've burnt through a considerable, I think they're like 50% of the total burned amount is through them. We've got 97.64 billion burned in total. So something else I want to get everybody's minds into is just how much Binance was handling around the crash, after the crash, and up to a certain date being around November 2022. Weird, right? I know. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, they moved. Okay, so they've received around 10.79 trillion. And this was up to, on this chart here, December 2022, November 22 time, BitQuery stopped tracking Lunar Classic, which is an absolute, I mean, it's sad to say the least, right? we'd really benefit as a blockchain from getting BitQuery support again, so we could start tracking all of the strange movements that are going on with the Luna-based wallets and stuff like that. But another thing, right, that's really strange, that the support from BitQuery did stop around this time. Anyway, if you've watched the previous videos here, you'll get where I'm coming from with that date. Now, back to this. That's a considerable amount, okay? That's more than the supply that we have available. And a lot of people are going to say, well, you know, there's not that many coins there, AJ. What you're looking at here is a wallet that the burns come from. And this is what handles. So sending and receiving, going incoming, outcoming. A few changes have been made since then. But 10.79 trillion is a substantial amount for any CEX to move. So we know they're dealing with a lot. We know Binance hold a lot of LUNC. And for me, I don't know what it is. And I don't know when it's going to happen, right? But my belief is, and anybody can laugh, you can say whatever you want in the comments, you can take your tinfoil hats off now. Binance, I think, have got some sort of ulterior plan where we get to a certain point and they say to themselves, okay, let's do it. And I think they're going to do something what Vitalik did. Okay, what did Vitalik do? Well, he got gifted half of the circulating SHIB supply and he burnt it all, right? Binance have some kind of weird bromance with our blockchain. Like I said, so many things have happened on this blockchain, and the only thing that has ever upset them was burning less. That was the only thing that upset them. So for me, I'm very, very thankful that they're still burning. They're still pushing on this. And I think as a community, we have a responsibility to push this out, show people that, hey, look, you know, we're the only blockchain that's getting burns from them. And they're substantial burns. These aren't like a couple $1,000 burns. These are serious amounts of money that are being burnt every month on the 1st without fail. So there's so many questions that come into this, and there's so many unanswered questions as well. But from what we can see, right, like I've been saying, there's something more to this story. There's something way deeper going on. None of us, I don't think, will ever quite understand what it is until it happens. For me, I'm going to keep enjoying the burns. We'll keep updating on things like this. Folks, hashtag BitQuery, hashtag LUNC, hashtag them and at them, because they're not responding to me. They haven't responded to me for a long time. So I think it's at a point now where I think if we speak up, speak together as a community, maybe we can get BitQuery going again for Lunar Classic, so we can start to track things. We can see what's going on instead of being limited to older information. Let me know what you folks think. Other than that, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a sub if you haven't already. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and as always, catch you in the next one.